Hiya. Are you saying welcome to Pinky's show? Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls and Geeky Kitty podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl. I'm Pinky, also known as Pink Pearl.
And I'm Tammy, also known as Tammy Stoodles. Oh my lord.
Okay, you want to say bye-bye to everybody? Say bye-bye. Okay. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys.
Woo. There we go.
To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. I forgot to say the date. Today is Thursday, the 9th of May, 2019, and this is episode 344. Pink Pearl is usually, if you're new, Pink Pearl is usually on later in the show, but she came over here and it was perfect timing. But then she was just very vocal. So we just went with it. Dammy, somebody introduced themselves in the Ravelry group this week. Why don't you give them a shout out and then tell everybody else why they should do that?
It is Deb, who is Little Red Hen from New York.
Welcome, Deb.
And you should join our group on Ravelry and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because you'll get a shout out on our next episode and be able to participate in all our owls and giveaways.
That's right. Well, the yarn crawl was this last weekend, so my table has some stuff on it to show y'all, as well as I finished some things. In fact, one of the things isn't over here. I'm going to have to go get it. So we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now I'm going to talk about what's on needles.
Dammy, what creative things have you done this week?
I've got a new project I need to do for theater design.
And what does it involve?
Costume design, mood board, inspiration thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have are you assigned a, I thought I had moved over enough that we wouldn't get the weird white of the curtain or the window there. Have you been assigned a specific character that you have to design for, or do you pick a character from something, or do you make up something?
We were supposed to pick from Twelfth Night or Hamlet.
Okay.
And then pick 3 characters from one of those. So I picked Hamlet, Ophelia, and Horatio.
Okay. And is it going to be a the time that it was written, or are you making it modern, or do you have any of those options?
I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet.
Okay. When how long do you have to do it?
I think it's due next Friday.
Okay. Cool beans. Are you doing anything else creative?
No.
You have a choir concert tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then you're coming home this week. You're coming home this weekend.
Yes, I am.
Which we're very excited about. The Dr. Hub's birthday was yesterday. He turned 45. And it's our tradition. We don't go to the cinema very, very often, maybe twice a year, but we always go for the Dr. Hub's birthday. So Dammy is coming home, and we're taking out for a special meal and taking him to see Avengers. So I have successfully stayed away from spoilers. Yeah. So it'll be nice to have Dammy home for the weekend. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. So what's on your needles?
Okay, I'm still working on my zigzag blanket. This is the 10-stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil needles. I'm working on the 68th stripe, which is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Rustic Fingering Gradients in the shades of fuchsia, color A and color D colorways. And I think I have 2.5 zigzags to go on this stripe. I thought I would have it done, and then some life things happened, and it didn't get done like I thought. So I will finish it this week, and I will start the 69th stripe, and Stash Dash is coming up 2 weeks from tomorrow. Well, 2 weeks from today, if you're watching this the day this goes live. So, so let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I can have 24 zigzags done by the day stash dash starts. So that would leave me with like 18 and a half to do during stash dash. So I am happy with that. I am very happy with that. And to be finishing a project that I started in 2015. Okay, I just barely cast these on this morning. These are my bestie Katie, her husband Jeremy's birthday socks. And I'm using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern. And I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles. The yarn is, it's actually green, not black. There you can kind of see a little bit of the green. This is Abstract Fiber Super Sock Plus in the Summit colorway. And then I'm doing the toes, heels, and cuffs with this leftover Malabrigo yarn sock in the Fresco E Seco colorway, which I looked it up and it means like clean and fresh or something.
Yeah, that is what it means.
Oh, okay. So as you can see, I have barely started the toe, but I'm going to get the toe done and put them on my Zoom needles so that I can knit on the epically long foot while we watch Avengers. Because I can get a lot of knitting done going round and round for 3 hours. And I'm trying to remember, let's see. It always varies. Well, so I have to knit 10.5 inches before I start the heel. So last year when I made them, that was about 94 rows. So somewhere around there. So, you know, I might get the whole foot done during Avengers. We shall see. And then the other thing I'm working on is the baby sophisticate for my friend Sophie's baby, Arwen. Hi, Pinky. You forgive me for making you be on camera. She needs pets. This is the baby sophisticate. Did I say for Sophie's daughter, Arwen? My friend Sophie, her daughter, Arwen. This is the baby sophisticate pattern by Linden Down. I'm on US 8's 5 mil needles, and I'm using Bernay Softy Baby ombres and prints in the baby colorway. So I finished the body last night at knit night, and I picked up and knit an entire sleeve during knit night. So I need to put this on the needles, knit it, and then I need to pick up around the button band and collar. So I probably will get this to almost completion and then put it in stash dash hiatus. I'm also going to do a hat, and I haven't decided if I want to do the bonnet one that Tin Can Knits has, or a bumble, or a barley. Probably one of those three. And then a pair of socks out of your instant coffee?
Baby Chino?
Baby Chino. Sorry. Baby Chino sock pattern. So, and I'm doing this in the 6 to 12 month size, so it'll work for this autumn and winter. So, Sophie dressed Arwen all in pink for me, and she was very cute. And I got to cuddle her a lot because apparently I'm like Arwen's baby whisperer or something. So that is what's on my needles. And last week I talked about how that yarn that I had bought didn't work out for the pattern that I was going to do. I found another pattern. I need to swatch for it. I was getting some clarification on the needles because two needle sizes were listed on Ravelry on the pattern page, but it didn't say which was used for gauge. And I don't want to buy the pattern if I can't get gauge. So I posted in the designers Ravelry group and got a response. So I need to swatch for that because I'm going on women's retreat with our church diocese next weekend, and I want to take it as my project. And then once that's finished, I'm going to show you yarn that I bought on the yarn crawl that is going to be my project after that. Besides socks. I mean, socks are always in there. So, yeah, that is the plan. So, I have a couple things to show you that I finished this week, so we should move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about your finished projects.
Yes, I have two. First up is this week's preemie hat. How fun is this? I forgot I had this. Oh, well, let me tell you what this is first. This is my 18th preemie hat for the year from my free top-down preemie hat pattern on Ravelry. I did it on US 6's 4mm needles, and the variegated is Knitology Bouncy Worsted in the dashboard colorway. And then the purple is the Lion Brand Heartland in the Hot Springs colorway. I had forgotten that I had these leftovers, the variegated leftover that has purple in it, and it's not 50% purple, so I couldn't do just it as a hat, but pairing it with the purple made it work. And I was able to use up some more leftovers that I had from knitting something. And it's something with that yarn. I don't know what. I can't remember. But. And then the other thing I finished, which has Pink's hair on it, is the Dr. Hub's birthday socks. So his birthday was yesterday. I finished his socks the night before, and I told, let me tell you what these are. These are my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern that you can get on Ravelry. It's on US 1.5, 2.5mm needles, and you'll have to go to the project page because I'm not telling you all 9 yarns. So I worked these concurrently. So I did the toes, and then I put each sock on zooms, and then I did 10 rows of a colorway on one, and then 10 rows of the colorway on the other, and back and forth. They don't match up. Sorry, guys. This is like the 5th time I've recorded this part because our internet keeps, the combination internet keeps flaking out. These don't match up exactly because some of them are self-striping. Like right there, those two are the same. Down there, those two are the same. But the Dr. Hubs loves them. I like them. And I should put in right here, I'll put in a picture of the Dr. Hubs with them. I told him he could not have them. I told him that he could not have them until after the podcast. They were still wet yesterday too. So, but he told me that they are his favorites, which he says about every pair. So yeah, I'm glad that he was on board because I know this is kind of crazy to do Frankenstein socks, but I was able to use a good chunk of 9 different leftovers that I had. So there we go. And that's everything I finished. So I have some yummy stuff to show you. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So I went on the Pacific Northwest yarn crawl. I'm dropping things. Hold on. Hold on. Oh dear. Okay. We had a minor crisis. Minor crisis. It's averted. The Dr. Hubs and I went on Friday, and we finished the yarn crawl. So we got the finishing prize, which is this really cool pouch, zipper pouch that I love. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I really like it a lot. So we were finishers. So I am debating putting in pictures from all the shops that I posted on social media. I think maybe I will only show you the alpaca pictures because they're so fun, because they ate out of my hand and it tickles, and they don't have top teeth. And so it was like, it was fun. I fed them. So, but I did very good in my purchases for, where is the card? I'm missing a business card. Found it. I only bought 2 impulse things. One of them came from Amanda's Art Yarn. And I'm glad I bought them because apparently they were sold out the second day. I bought these. They could be stitch markers. They could be progress creepers, stitch markers, crochet stitch markers, or earrings, which is what I'm going to wear them as. They are, let's see if I do it this way, if you can see the, They have, probably illegally, the Starbucks logo on these pink coffee cups. Aren't they fun? Yes. So the only other coffee earrings I have are the caffeine molecules that have the coffee cups on the end. Are they coffee cups or are they Starbucks cups? I think they're Starbucks cups, maybe. Like the to-go coffees. I'm glad I got these because they sold out. So the second impulse thing I got was actually kind of funny because so last week in Ask the Geeky Girls, I asked y'all to help me figure out how to store my stitch markers. And then went on the yarn crawl and found these, and I was like, okay, I think these might work. But there were so many people that told me that they have like a beautiful like dish or container or plate or whatever that they display and put some of their pretties in. I might have to do that with some of mine. But this is what I bought. I left the labels on so I could show y'all. These are the Perfect Notions case by Nancy's Knickknacks. I got them at the UNI shop, but you can get them online right there. So I bought 3 of them, which was actually the right amount that I actually needed. I was guesstimating. They were very inexpensive. They were $3.75. So if they had not worked out, it wouldn't have been a huge deal. So it's got 1 big, 2 medium size, and 3 small pockets or boxes in each container. So that was for one of them, and then I've got these ones in the second one, and these ones in the third one. And I think these are actually going to work for me. I actually just organized them this morning. So we're going to try these. If they don't work out for me, it wasn't a huge investment, but I feel like I can better find the stitch markers I'm looking for already just with that. Yeah. Okay, so there was 2 things I was shopping for yarn for on the yarn crawl. One is my my Nanny Swimmo sweater, which is actually a swancho. I was so inspired because somebody last year made this. So I shopped for it, and I finally decided to go with Barocco Vintage DK, but they didn't have all the colors I need. So they're ordering in the colors I want, and I will show those to you as soon as they come in so that I will be all ready for November. The other thing I wanted to, that's the Niddle Chick Swancho by Caitlin Hunter. The other thing I wanted to shop for was the Pom Pom Pop Shawl by Juliette Williams. So there is one picture of it. And here is another picture of it. So my plan was to get 1 colorway for the gray and then 5 mini skeinish for the stripes and the pom-poms. Well, I went to probably my new favorite yarn shop, A Little Knitty. It's in Auburn, Washington. And she has a private label of yarn. And so this is her diamond-based 100% superfine superwash merino 4-ply, 3.5 ounces, 435 yards. And it had been dyed, and then she named them Gilmore Girls colorways. Well, I found this one, which I love, because I wanted my pom-pom shawl to be autumnal. So I was like, okay, this is brilliant. But she only had 1 skein of it. And this is the Gilmore Girls colorway, Ugh, I Need a Taco. So I found this one that I think pairs up really nicely with it. But there was another one that I liked the name better on. She switched the name for me. So this is now, because it's not repeatable, she won't be repeating these. This is first I drink the coffee, then I do the things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate these 2 in the gray sections. So I'll do, 1 gray section in the taco, 1 gray section in the coffee, etc., etc. And then at Rainy Day Yarns, I picked up 4 of the 5 mini skeins I need. These are all from Sun-Soaked Sister, Everything Earth. Fibers colored by nature with a little help. And so these are her sock mini 2-plies, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 93 yards, 20 grams. And I don't know if these have color names. I don't think they do. So these are the 4 I got. So they go really well with it. Damn, I'm having a big debate right now.
Oh.
Because the 5th color I'm going to use is from the leftover yarn from my favorite murder mystery wrap, which people are starting to receive them. And so I'm debating whether to show you all this stuff and just do a spoiler warning and show you all this stuff today.
Do it next week.
Okay, well, I can't show you the 5th color then for this shawl.
Okay.
So there's a 5th color that will go with this to make the Pom Pom Pop shawl. And that is everything I bought on the yarn crawl. I was very pleased with myself that I stayed on task. I really wanted to buy every single Gilmore Girls colorway that she had, but I think the Dr. Hubs would have killed me. So, okay, I met up with my friend Yuko of Honeyberry Studios on Saturday. I'm going to be helping her out in a few of her booths over the summer at shows. And I bought Mother's Day cards, and I bought the Dr. Hubs a Father's Day card. Don't tell him. Shh. And then I bought this one to hang up because I love it. Every day is a new beginning. I'm debating whether to hang it on my wall in here or hang it on the bathroom mirror, like cut it and hang it on the bathroom mirror, because I've got a couple of her inspirational stickers on my bathroom mirror, but she doesn't have this one as a sticker. So I'm debating on that one. Also this week, I got in my replacement shoes. So I've had the Yoga Cat shoes for about a year now, and I've worn them very, very well. And they are kind of on their last leg. So I ordered these adorable, that you're seeing on the screen right now, Coffee Time cat shoes that are just totally CC. She's wearing a knitted sweater. She has geeky glasses. She's drinking coffee, and it's a cat. It was meant to be. So I got those at Groove Bags. I'll put a link in the show notes. Because they have all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of really cute knitting shoes and bags, and they have sewing shoes and bags, and they have things like teachers and chickens and, I don't know, all kinds of different themes that you can get stuff. It comes from overseas, so it takes a little bit longer, but yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about in Yummies, other than our normal stuff, is my favorite murder mystery wrap pattern went live on Ravelry yesterday. Right now, if you purchase it, the PDF is just like an introduction telling you what yarn you'll need, what needles you'll need, giving you like the schedule and the gauge. It's just like a one-page thing because I had to put something in there in order to be able to let y'all purchase it, because I need to have it live because everybody's starting to receive their kits and they need to be able to use their coupon code to get the pattern. So if you buy it now, you'll automatically get the first clue on the 25th of May. So, and I've been so pleased. It's been, I think it got up to number 29 on the Heart right now at one point. It's still holding on the first page in the top 48. Yeah, so, but I'm just so thrilled and so thankful for y'all for purchasing it. So if you haven't gotten your copy or haven't bought yours for the mystery along, you can go do that on Ravelry. I'll put a link in the show notes. I think that's all the yummies I have, Dammy. Do you have any yummies this week?
No.
I bought you a book.
Yeah.
The only like, what does it say on it? I think it's like the only completely unabridged paperback.
6.9 inches wide.
We're talking about, what are we talking about, Demi?
Les Miserables.
Yes. I said I bought it for her. I'm the one that actually purchased it. It was her money. So it's a paperback, but it's massive. It is so thick. So it's here for her to pick up. Was there any specific reason you wanted that?
I wanted to read it again, but I didn't want to read it on Kindle.
And then what? So there's an abridged version. So what do they cut out? Like 4 inches?
They probably cut out a bunch of his ramblings about the sewers and stuff. And Waterloo and Napoleon.
Who needs that anyway? So, anything else that you want to talk about, any yummies? Okay. So, well, then let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right. So May is our shapes, emotions, and other stuff themed month. However, I wanted to throw this in. So for a while, we've also been funnily playing hashtag GGK Kitty Pad. Well, this week, I'm pretty sure it was Marianne from Walsh Central, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But no, maybe not. Maybe. I think it might be. Whoever it was came up with hashtag GGK Puggy Pad because she has a pug. That also rolled into GGK Doggy Pad. So feel free to use any or all of those. But make sure you always use hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. Okay? Okay, Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. You just take a look at the prompt for today. For example, today when we're recording, the prompt is excited, which I'm not right now because technology, I'm ready to kill the internet. But you take a look at the prompt for today. You interpret it however you would like. You post your picture on Instagram. Make sure in your caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad, and yours might get chosen. Dammy, I don't have any upcoming events until later in the year, like fall. Do you have any upcoming events?
I don't know the details. I'll put it in next week.
Alrighty, that sounds good. The Dr. Hubs is walking in the door with a parcel. So we should move on to the next segment. Dammy, I forgot before you start this segment, I forgot that the Dr. Hubs came up with the title for the podcast, and I don't know if I actually said it. His birthday socks. He told me yesterday, he said the title of the podcast needs to be In Which They're the Same but Different. Because the socks are the same but different. So there you go. There's the title, and just in case I forgot to say it, he texted me to remind me that he was naming the podcast this week. So there you go. All right, Dammy, start in on the segment.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
What are you reading, Dammy?
Kind of reading Dracula, more reading my math textbook and going over French homework and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'm also reading The Glass Scientist, which is a webcomic.
Go ahead.
By Sabrina Katungo.
I was going to say you have 3 weeks of classes left and then finals, right?
Yes.
So you're getting there, which means after this podcast, we only have to record 3 more this way, and then we're done because we'll be together forever for the summer. Together forever. I don't know what song that is, but it's in my head now.
Okay.
So I know you're getting your 15 minutes a day in.
Yes.
What am I referencing, Dammy?
The April, May, June RAL read along.
Yes, so this is a challenge where you read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. Finish line thread in the Ravelry group with the full explanation. We're also doing a yearly RAL where you earn entries based on the quarterly RALs. And we have 3 grand prizes at the start of next year. Everything is in the show notes or the Ravelry group. So what I'm reading, I finished reading about Type 5 from the book The Road Back to You, An Enneagram Journey to Self-Discovery by Ian Morgan Cron and Susan Stabile. It was interesting to read this one because this is the Dr. Hubs type. So, and then when I finished it, I listened to the podcast episode from Sleeping at Last about the song and explaining all of that. I'm also reading, nonfiction-wise, Pilgrimage of a Soul, Contemplative Spirituality for the Active Life by Felina Hertz, and really enjoying that. Continuing to reread the 4th book in the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, by J.K. Rowling. I'm rereading this along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. And I cannot even think what this last chapter was about. We're not to the second whatever yet.
Task.
Something in task. Yeah, so something in there. I don't know. Because I caught up, and so I'm only doing 1 chapter a week now, so my brain forgets. I finished reading book 7 from the Cat Who ... series by Lillian Jackson Braun. I finished reading book 9 from A Magical Cats mystery series by Sophie Kelly, and I'm currently reading book 2 in the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater, called The Dream Thieves. So, and then TV this week, it's getting close to finales for everything, so everybody is having these major things that happen because they're trying to build up the drama and May sweeps and all of that. But I literally wrote nothing down this week to tell you about TV. So I watched the Hallmark movie Paris, Wine and Romance. I finished season 5 of SCHITT' Creek, because it does sound like the bad word, just in case your children are listening. I am telling you this. I started watching Saving Hope, which we tried to watch when it was originally on the air, and I don't remember why we stopped. It has Erica Durant from Smallville and Michael Shanks from Stargate SG-1 in it.
You stopped it because you thought it got too campy.
Oh, well, I'm apparently trying it again. So it's about it's at a hospital, but it's these two doctors, and they were on their way to get married, and there was a car accident, and now he's in a coma. But he is like in the hospital and
His ghost haunts the hospital.
He is, well, because he's not dead. He's in a coma. So he's
his ghost.
He meets other people that come in that are in the comas or dying or whatever. And yeah, I actually, spoiler, was like, does he wake up before the end of the show, or does he wake up at the very end of the show? He wakes up in the series finale. So, and I think there's like 5 seasons. So, I know what I wanted to tell you, Jamie. I watched a panel. I'm going to just see if I can find the link. From, I think it was Wales Comic-Con. And it was a Stargate panel with Richard Dean Anderson and Amanda Tapping. This is relating because Michael Shanks was on SG-1. And it was so funny. And Richard Dean Anderson didn't know what shippers were, or shipping, which was very funny for Amanda to explain to him while they were on the panel. But they both are willing to come back and do something SG-1 related, whether it's like some more like made-for-TV movies, or like a limited run miniseries. So, also, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this one, they are reviving Beverly Hills 90210 with the original cast, other than Luke Perry because he passed away. And it's coming to Fox in August with them as they are, I guess, the age now. And I'm not really sure how I feel.
Okay.
Because they rebooted it on the CW, and I haven't watched it. So, I just saw that on the interwebs yesterday. Okay, other than that, I'm watching all 3 NCISs, regular Los Angeles, New Orleans, watching The Flash, watching Big Bang Theory, which is about to end for the forever, Blacklist, Trading Spaces, Supergirl, Wing Calls the Heart came back. And they wrote out Lori Loughlin by saying that her mother became very, very ill, and she and her adopted son, Cody, went to go care for her mother. And that's how they wrote her character out. And then rejiggered everything to give us the rest of the season without her in it. So, and Arrow. Those are the things that I'm watching. And then listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast. Their book is coming up soon that it releases. I want to say like the last week of May. And I've pre-ordered it, so I'm excited about that. The Murder Squad podcast. I'm listening to some other things, but I haven't, none that I wanted to mention at this point. So what are you listening to, Dammy?
Cabin Pressure, Les Mis.
25th?
Yeah.
When does Hadestown come out?
June 7th.
Okay. Are you buying it?
Probably, but I just haven't yet.
Okay. We'll chat about it off air. Okay. That is everything for this segment, so let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about our March, April, May Sheepy Spring Owl.
Tell us about it, Dammy. Bah.
So this owl started on the 1st of March, and it runs through the 31st of May. And it is for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to spring. If you can't think of anything, you made it in the spring. Yes. There are a couple of rules for this owl. The first is that no whips are allowed, so your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of March, and then finished no later than the end of this month, May 31st. The second is that each project of at least 20 yards that you post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the owl. But if your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards, and that will be one entry. You can feel free to polydip in other alongs as long as it fits in with other rules. That's totally fine. We have lots of lovely prizes on our screen right now. If you would like to get closer looks at these prizes and see where they came from, you can go to our show notes, geekygirlsknit.com, or tune into the first podcast of every month where we talk about them in detail. If you'd like to donate a prize, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com. You must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate. So just hit that join this group button up in the top right of the group page. There's a hashtag if you'd like to post on social media or tag your projects on Ravelry. And any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it.
Hey,
Danny.
I was just going to say that there's still 2 winners from the Low Bar by Barmaids giveaway that haven't claimed their prizes. If you entered that, you should go watch because you're running out of time to claim your prizes. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's a chatter thread on Ravelry where you all can post progress of your projects and where I congratulate people who finish projects during the week, but I also do that here. So why don't I do that right now? DG White, DJ ID, Elsa and M, Jodadiah, Carlene Page, Knit Central, Knit Lip Love, Leaner, Lil Angel SG2, La Mermaid, Mommy 2, Ristrauss, Share 2014, Stitched by Moonlight, Wombat Knitter, and Yarn Taxi Driver.
Great job, everybody. Great job, everybody. It's not too late to join in. You still have almost 3 weeks to finish your projects. So get them done, get them posted, and you might be a winner. Okay, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls. Part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question, Tammy?
This week's question comes from Jenny, who is Jennifer Reels from Misery. You used to have a monthly virtual knit night on Patreon before I began supporting your podcast. I like the idea of an online knit night, but I imagine that isn't always easy to execute with time zones being what they are. I would be interested in trying it out, though. Do you ever think about reviving the monthly virtual knit night again?
The reason we stopped was because of time zones. In Scotland, I think we were like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours time difference from the U.S., depending on what time zone you're in. And so it made it hard to do. And now with Dammy at school,
I have no time.
She's booked pretty much every day and evening, doing whether she's in class or homework or working or theater or whatever. Dammy's dancing for us, just so you know. This is the way that we are working through the fact that technology is being a pain. And yes. So that's why we haven't revived it. Hey, Macarena.
Don't know if I did it right.
So, I mean, I debate. I mean, like, sometimes I think it would be fun, but one of the reasons that I enjoyed it so much when we were able to do it was because I wasn't feeling able to be out to go to the in-person knit night. So it was nice to have that, but I have an in-person knit night now. Mm-hmm. So that kind of fulfills my need. But I know that not everyone does. I know that not everybody lives in a place where there is either a local yarn shop that hosts a knit night, or there's something like the group that we go to that is just a group of friends that meet at Barnes & Noble in their cafe and knit. So I can put it in the episode post on Ravelry to ask if people are interested, and maybe we can just do occasional ones. But probably the best way to do it is to do it using the program that Dammy and I used to record the podcast, which is Zoom, which we wouldn't be recording at night. So that would help with the technology issue. But potentially, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's the extra that it makes the computer do to record over the internet that is part of the internet issue, or if it's just because internet doesn't always work the way you want it to, or what. So that is my roundabout answer, Jenny. I can put a thing in the thread, the episode thread for this week, to see if there's other interest, and maybe do it occasionally. Or even if we're not able to do it, if there's people that want to have it more regularly or whatever, you'd be welcome to do that. So, okay. Did I answer the question, Dammy? Did we?
Yes.
Do you have anything else to say about it?
I have no time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Jenny, for asking the question, though. We really appreciate it, and I'll post in the episode thread. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Yay, Dammy. Somehow, some way, we've made it to the end of the show. I don't know if I told you this, Dammy. Last week, because of technology, I cut over 11 minutes out of the podcast when I edited it.
Oh, you did.
And the final podcast was like 53 minutes long. So 11 minutes is quite significant. Like, maybe like 20%. So, I don't know how much you'll have to cut out today, but we'll go with it and make it happen. I am counting down the days until Dammy comes home and we can record in person. So thanks for sticking with us even with the technical issues. I don't think we have any announcements this week, Dammy.
No.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about our normal stuff. A huge thank you. We love you guys. Everybody who supports the podcast, no matter how it is you support us, but especially thank you to those of you who support us financially. I mailed out some prizes this week and such, and that is a big chunk of where the financial support goes to is shipping out prizes, because especially if they're overseas, the parcels cost quite a lot to ship. Which we're happy to do. But it does cost money, and then we've also got technology behind the scenes stuff that has to happen. So if you would like to support the podcast financially, there's 3 main ways you can do that. First is through Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount of money each month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on what level you donate at. I shipped out Patreon rewards this week, so if you're expecting one, there should be stuff on the way to you or came to you digitally. Yeah. So, Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
What's another way?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are Amazon.com, .co.uk, and .ca affiliates. If you're going to purchase something on Amazon, if you go to our website first, click on the appropriate image or link in the sidebar or at the bottom of each episode's show notes, and then shop on Amazon. We earn a little money based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you would be doing anyway. So, Dammy, with that, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. we hope you're enjoying that you're having nice spring weather. We're having very nice spring weather here in the greater Seattle area. Yeah, so it's been nice to be outside a little bit in that. Yeah, so we hope that you're also having wonderfully lovely spring weather and that you are just really enjoying your knitting, crocheting, spinning, and weaving, and that you will have a great rest of your week. And we will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.
Pinky, hello. You ready for merry-go-round? Here we go. Here we go. Around. And around again. Okay, how about the other way? Around. Around again. What do you think? What do you think of that merry-go-round? Do you like Bubba's chair? You like Bubba's chair. You like to sit in Bubba's chair. You're a silly girl. You're a silly girl. Yes, you are. A silly girl.